Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Ah, hi there. How's everybody doing? I'm tired, but you know what? This guy, he's still in pieces. We need to get him together. So here we are. As promised, I did not finish him off stream like I did with the cactus cat, but don't worry, he's all set. He definitely is going to need a swipe down with my handy dandy lint roller because Pepper got all over him recently. But yeah. So, what has been happening since Sunday? Not much. So you can get just about anything as a beatable item. This is a tiny box cutter. Made that for Mod Kayla because Mod Kayla works at a job where she needs a tiny box cutter. And also made one for her mom because her mom also works at a job where she needs a tiny box cutter. And they both like these beads, so we did that. And then I just matched up the colors. This guy's not done yet, but I'm going to show you guys anyway. This is little Rainbow Cthulhu. Let me pull him up so you can see him a little bit on the smaller screen. He doesn't have his wings yet. I'm still working on that. I have learned so many things today, guys. So these eyes that are right here on my little Rainbow Cthulhu. Let me just try and get him. I keep moving the camera around. Last time it was over here, now it's over here. So anyway, these eyes, they're called sinker eyes, and they're actually supposed to like go into the plushie a little bit more. And that's because they have special washers that you use with them. I didn't use those washers with these because I couldn't get them to snap in place, and I never knew there was a difference in the washers. So this guy is probably going to be staying with me because it's a hazard. He's like, if his eyes came out and like a little kid got a hold of them and swallowed them, that wouldn't be good. So this guy will probably stay with me. Got to finish his wings though. So all right, have some other things set up differently. The monitor I got from Kit is still over here. I wish it wasn't so heavy and bulky. I mean, hold on. You gonna work with me? Look at this thing. It's thick. And it's kind of heavy and bulky to move around, but I'm making it work. It's very nice of her to give that to me. Sorry if everybody's getting motion sick right now. There we go. That's better-ish. So yeah, I have the Twitch dashboard over here this time. Last time I had OBS and my pattern. I found it's actually a lot easier to talk to the camera if I can see myself on the screen. So there we are there. Oh, I just realized I didn't start recording. I usually just get these right from Twitch to go up to YouTube, which by the way, my YouTube is up now. I forgot to make a bang path for it, but we do have one now. Hold on, I can get that link real quick and throw it into the chat. If Discord decides to work with me, come on Discord, you can do it. There, I will get that, I'll get a bang path for that uploaded soon, but the first three streams are on there, and it's good that I do a recording, like a local recording, because I didn't get the first stream off of Twitch before Twitch deleted it, but I got the other two on there. There's also a highlights collection on the on Twitch now, which, what did I name that bag path? Hey, I guessed it right. All right, so if you like watching things through Twitch rather than YouTube, you can just click that link and you can watch the two highlighted videos that we have there. First one didn't survive. Rest in peace. What else do we got? Oh, today's coffee. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. This is a coffee that my aunt got me while she was in Norway visiting my cousin and her husband and their little girl, Fia. I've been given permission to use the name Fia, so I'm very happy about that. Here's today's mug. I don't know if I can tip it, but it says Yeti or not on the inside, and I feel really, really bad that I forgot the name of the potter that made it. It's one of our local potters, so I will look that up and I will get that name out to everybody later. But yes, it's a very nice medium roast Guatemalan blend. I like it a lot. Used the last of it up today, so I'll have to get more. I know I have more coffee from Norway that my aunt sent me, but this specific blend is out today. All right, so pattern. So we're doing the, we're going to be finishing up our Mothman today, which all we have left is the antenna and then sewing everything together, so it shouldn't be too hard. And then I talked to Discord again, and Discord really, really wants to see a Carethulhu, so Carethulhu will be next on the docket for crafting. Let's get going, shall we? All right, so if you remember from last time, our little guy here, there we go. You can't see much of the yellow because of the frill that's there, so I did the wings in yellow, and that looks really nice. I gotta adjust how these are put in place. They're not, this is not how they're going to stay. I'll do something else when I put them in place, which I forgot to bring out more of my plushie sticks from the living room, but we will survive. Alright, I got some red over here. Since the top of the head is red as well, I'm going to finish up the antenna with red. That was the start of the wings for the little Cthulhu, because that guy does not have a lot of red on him. I was going to do the wings in red, but we can get to that later. Alright, so antennae are super easy. We're going to make our slip stitch with a little bit of a tail here, because I'm going to want to use it to help sew the antenna in place when we get to that point. So I'm going to crochet 7. Oh, something I realized about these hooks that I got. I really like how they feel and how it seems like the hook itself is really well into the handle. 4.5 isn't usually the millimeter number for a G. It's usually 4. So these are all off by 0.5. Which isn't a problem. I just need to remember that and not like go from this one to, I don't have another hook over here, do I? Go from this one over to another G hook and think that it's going to look the same. So I got to be careful with that. All right. Oh, Bones Coffee, don't tell me about sales right now. I'm broke. Okay. So we got our chain 7, and what we're going to do is we're just going to slip stitch around the back here. Going to be the inside of our antenna. And the scissors are over here. So there's the inside of our first antenna. Very anticlimactic, I know. And we're going to do that again just to have both these taken care of and not have to worry about. I can put the red yarn away for a bit. Come on, adjust it for me. There. So for those of you who don't know, I have ADHD and I'm autistic, and the biggest problem with that is when plans get changed suddenly. I have to do a training thing at work, and this week it was supposed to be the trainer showing another person how to do it. Like, the other person would be doing it, but the trainer would be walking her through it. The person who was supposed to be doing it was a little bit late, and then the trainer was like, "Well, Paxi, why don't you just get started?" I'm like, "What? What? Hey, Brown Meow, thank you for following." And I was like, "No, I don't want to do that." And I said at least twice, "I do not want to do that." And they're like, "We'll do it anyway." So that just put me into a foul mood because I'm suddenly having to do something that I'm not mentally prepared for. And the point of training is for the trainer to tell you when you're doing something wrong. And when you're already in a bad mood, you don't want to be critiqued about everything you're doing wrong. So what ended up happening was towards the end of the thing, when the person who was supposed to be doing stuff showed up, the other person was like, "Oh, Patsy can just keep doing it." Like, "No, I don't want to do this anymore." I get scary when I'm angry, so that was the end of that. And then I went to my supervisor. I'm like, "Look, I was just really rude to this person, and I am not sorry, and I'm not going to be apologizing for it because here's what happened." Yep. Took me a while to figure. Twitch is hard if you've never used it before. No worries. All right, so we've got our antenna. We got both of them here. We're gonna finish this up, and then we're gonna get sewing. All right. Hi, Nova. Everybody later tell Nova that I was saying silly things about her. Okay, so now we got to put the fuzz around the antenna, and we're going to use the rainbow because that's what we used on the collar area. So we need. Pepper, what are you doing back there? Are you causing problems? Okay, if you jump up here, please don't knock everything over. I love you. You're a good kitty. Yes, you are. You're such a good kitty. Pepper Cat's being weird. So our oldest boy cat, Ziggy, has been a little bit under the weather the past few days. Can I get two? I want to. Yeah, okay. A little hard to hear you over the music. That's not a problem. I'm actually a little far back from the microphone, so let me move up closer to the microphone and turn the music down just a little bit. There, how's that? Is that better? Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so our boy cat, Ziggy, has been a little bit under the weather. We think he just has a cold, but he has just been sneezing up a storm lately. So me, in my brilliance, decided that what we needed to do was, when I take a shower, Ziggy's going to come in and hang out in the bathroom and get a nice little steam treatment for his sinuses. He is very, very confused by this, but it's working so far. Like, he's still sneezing, but he sounds a little bit less like he's hurting himself when he sneezes, so that's good. Okay. I feel like I did something wrong here. Okay, yes, I did. So I didn't do my second half double. I went right into a double. So it is hard to work this yarn with this size hook. My goodness. Alright, so we're doing a little cot stitch to make a little point on top of our antenna here. And then we're just going to go down the other side and do what we did on the first side, but backwards. I do have a headset mic, and I probably should be using that just so I'm a little bit clearer when I talk, but I don't like wearing headsets. I really do not like wearing headsets. It's my work headset too, and I don't, I probably shouldn't be using work stuff for outside of work things. All right, first antenna done. I'm not gonna cut a really long tail because I'm not going to use the fluffy yarn to sew things in place. There we go. That looks good. What I will do is, after I get it secured, I'll grab my sewing needle here. And then what I like to do is get the needle into the stitches first, just so if I've left myself a really, really short tail, it's not super hard to pull things together. Actually, gonna make sure there's a little bit more tail hanging out so it doesn't like fall out when I'm pulling this through. There we go. And I'll just snip this little bit here. All right, first antenna done. And hold that for me, dude. Thank you. All right, we got the second one here. So now we just get to do this all again, but then we get to sew everything together. Hooray! I'll actually finish something on stream for once. I make it sound like I never finished anything on stream, but this is like, what, my 4th stream? So, while technically true, I've only made 2 things on stream so far. Just realized I forgot to go out and check the mail earlier. Usually the mail doesn't come until around anywhere between like 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. And I got an alert around, I want to say 10-ish, maybe a little bit earlier, or a little bit later than that a package I'm waiting for has arrived, and I haven't gone out to get it. Which it's supposed to be some eyeballs I ordered from somebody in another Discord that I'm in. Which, bless Bardic Trinker's Dungeons and Hookers Discord. Yes, that is actually the name of it. I was talking about this a little bit earlier, when it was just me talking to myself. Bring him back out again. So this is my little Cthulhu I made. These are sinker eyes. There we go. These are sinker eyes, and they're supposed to, like, go back into his head a little bit more because of the washer you use. I didn't use those washers because I don't like them. Well, it's not because I don't like them. I couldn't get them to snap in place, and I never knew that there was a specific purpose to those other ones. So these are not put on properly, which means this guy, after I finish him, will probably just stay with me. But, yeah, the people over there were super nice and gave me tips on how to put those washers on, and a place to get a really nice tool to help put those washers on, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll have to look through and see, and try and get myself some stuff. Business expense, yay! Okay, this is the piano version of Casino Night from Sonic 2, and I love it. All right. I do purposefully try and cut a tail longer than I know I'm going to need, just because I would rather have it be too long than too short. Yarn is probably going to get wasted either way, so. All right. Man, Casino Night is just a banger when it comes to music. It's great. All right. And there's our second antenna. All right, so need need to reach over here real quick and grab a couple more plushie sticks. There we go. Alright, so this is probably not going to be very well on camera, but I'll see what I can do. We've had people say he looks like a bunny, and while that's nice, it's not what I'm going for, so if we could not have him look like a bunny, that's my goal. Okay, I think we're getting the not a bunny look here. That's good. The little tail I just chopped off, not all of it came off, so I'm going to trim that down a little bit more. There we go. 10 minutes before another meeting. How is Mothgay coming along? Mothgay is coming along pretty good. Back up a little bit there. Alright, so we've got 4 plushie sticks and a bunch of ends to weave in and wings to sew on, so he's turning out really good. Let's see if, where did I put my needle? I found my needle, we're fine. Alright, I'm going to try and get the antenna on first, and then so I can get those plushie sticks out of the way, at least until I reposition the wings, because this is not how these wings are going to stay. So what a lot of Mothman pattern creators will have you do is just like slip it in there and then tie the ends together. What I'm actually going to do is sew things at least with one of these strings in place. So, oh, this is a good version of Bubblegum KK. So now what I'm going to do is on the back here, I'm going to slide that in just like that. Pull it tight. And then I'm going to take my 2 ends here and just knot them together. And then use my needle here. There we go. Just kind of pull that in place a little bit. And there we go. First one done. Oh, that looks so cute. There we go. Still trying to figure out where the camera is. Alright. Time for round 2. Real quick though, my ring keeps moving around as I'm trying to work, so I'm going to put that on my necklace so I don't lose it. Those who weren't here last time, chat picked out these eyes. I think they're just the right amount of unhinged. That's very important. You can't have too much unhinged or not enough unhinged. You got to have just the right amount. So my cousin's little one, Fia, when they had the baby shower for her, I got her a book called Bedtime for Batman. And I have been told that this is her favorite book. So now Thea gets all of the Batman stuff until I am told to stop, because that's just how that works. Which, by the way, everybody, if you want some wholesome content about a little family, like, putting together their house in Norway, Chaos Cottage, KAOS_KOTTAGE. That is my cousin's Instagram account where she and her husband are putting to get their house together. And also, she's, like, occasionally cooking her way through a Lord of the Rings cookbook. It looks really good. All right. Bring him over here so you can see him a little bit better. Those turned out super cute. He's still probably going to get called a bunny. Adjust myself in my seat real quick. Coffee break. Salud. Oh. I also have my my coaster from my in-laws. For those who can't read it, it says Bigfoot saw me, but nobody believes him. Alright, so these wings. What are you doing back there? Do you want to be on camera? Alright, come here. Come here, Pep. Have I told you that you're fat? You are. Ugh. Say hi, Internet. Oh, you were in the sink because you're all wet now? Hi. Hello, sweet girl. This is Pepper, for those who don't know. Pepper's my older girl. Well, oldest girl. I only have one girl. Good little manager joined this meeting early. Wish me luck. Good luck, Nova. Pepper is... oh, God. 14? She was 2 when I got her in 2014, so yeah, I think she's 14 now. I'm horrible with math. Our boy Ziggy is Pepper's age, too, so that should make it easier. It does not. Hey, sweet girl. You know I'm supposed to finish Mothman on stream today. You're making it very difficult. Yeah, you are. She's very old and very needy. You can just look into the camera. Hi. Oh, if only you would make it easy for me to crochet and cuddle you. Oh, you're gonna crawl on the desk? You're gonna sit right on top of Mothman, who I need to finish? Here, let me take Mothman. Okay, let's see if we can make this work for you, Pep. Because, you know, I value your comfort. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna put that on the floor. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. Oh, my Pepper. Okay. We tried to make it work. Pepper said no. That's the thing about her. I try and, like, make it so things are easier for her, and she gets mad and runs away. How dare I try to convenience her in any way, shape, or form? How dare. Alright. Alright. We're gonna pull the wings out of Mothman real quick because I need to readjust them. You know what? Let's... Alright, we're gonna do this one-handed for a bit so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So... there we go. Okay. So... I'm trying to get them placed well enough that it looks somewhat symmetrical. I think that looks good. What do you guys think? Maybe over a little bit. I will say it's a little hard for me to tell because of how the Mothman is placed while I'm trying to show you all this. Okay. Frau Meow says it looks good, so we're gonna go with that. Alright. So I've got multiple plushie sticks now, so I'm going to use the multiple plushie sticks to try and get things placed. I'm telling you, y'all, the plushie sticks are like the best thing ever. They hold stuff in place for me so I don't, like, lose what I'm doing, but also I feel like I'm turning my plushie into a little voodoo doll, and I feel really, really bad about it. When I first started making plushies, I hated putting the faces on because then I would be stabbing something with a face. I don't have as much of those qualms anymore, so that's nice. All right, let's get this moved back over. Someday we'll get the cameras so that I don't have to move them around as much. Today is not that day. Where's my needle? I found my needle. Okay. So, you probably won't be able to see this very well because I want to make sure things are sewn in place okay, so I probably won't prioritize having it on camera. So what I'm doing, if you can or can't see it, is I'm using the yellow to sew into the yellow part on the wings so it doesn't like contrast with the fluffy part. The problem is, you know, getting through the stitches on the rest of the body. My God, there's cat hair everywhere on this thing. Where is my... Don't worry. I've got my lint brush. We'll be using that after this. All right. Oh, for anybody wondering, there's a few changes on the channel. I don't remember how to get to any of them right now, but they're probably cute. So, I have a throne wish list on my channel. It's for those who don't know, throne is just like the best way I can describe it. It's like you gave every streamer in the world one of those zappy guns that they give you at Target to create a wedding registry, but this is specifically for streaming. And it's just random stuff. Like mine is full of coffee and cookies, and I think that's it. All right. I'm gonna pull this out because I don't need that anymore. But that's if you go to my main page and well now I gotta hold on. I gotta go to my page to tell you how to get there. Oh, nice. Okay, since I'm live, if you just scroll down underneath the video, there are some panels there. One of them is the throne wish list, and then other ones are other things, because I closed it out in case it started talking, and I didn't want it to do that. Okay. We're gonna get one more stitch on here just to lock things in place. We're also gonna... So what I'm doing is I'm going to fasten things together as much under the wing as possible, so you're not seeing any of the, well, you're not seeing anything on the outside. It's going good so far. The yarn is getting stuck on the plushie sticks, as it is wont to do, but you know what? You can't have everything in life. Okay. All right. Pull that tight, and then I'm going to weave it into my guy here. Get that one plushie stick out of the way. All right, it looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but I gave up on perfection a while ago. Just everybody has a different definition of perfect, and even if you attain your idea of perfect. Somebody's going to tell you, no, it's not perfect, so why even bother? Just make things look cute. I mean, my goodness. Look at this guy. Don't you want this guy to come out of nowhere and, like, be a portent of a bridge collapse? If you don't understand that, you need to look up the history of Mothman. Or better yet, go to Red Web Podcast and listen to their episode on Mothman, because it's a really good one. All right. Cat hair everywhere. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna do something real quick and just like sew this little spot here together so the wings look like they're connected. Come on. There we go. That looks good. As always, if you're interested in the pattern that I'm using, it's exclamation point pattern in the chat. If you are interested in the coffee I'm drinking today, it's exclamation point coffee. If you're interested in me telling you that none of these are ads because nobody's paying me to tell you about these things I like, that is exclamation point not ads. If exclamation point not ads doesn't work, then it's just not ad. I set these up this morning and I do not remember what I did. All right. We're down to one plushie stick. Music is Bang Path. I want to say Spotify. Bang Path is what they call when you use the exclamation point in front of a command. Found that out when somebody I was talking to was just very confused about it, about why they would put the exclamation point there. So I looked it up. All right. There we go. Got cat hair all over me too. Fun times. Thanks, Pep. All right. There we go. We got his wings on. Oh my gosh, he turned out super cute. There, this is officially the second thing we have completed on, well, first thing we completed completely on stream, second thing we've made on stream. And he looks good. And we're just going to take a moment to... This won't get all of the cat hair off of him, so later on I'll go over it with a little bit more, something a little bit more vigorous. I will probably also take a heat gun to him because I have a nice little heat gun. I usually use it on like smaller... Do I have one around here? I probably don't. No, I don't. Smaller worsted weight projects to kind of get the fuzziness of worsted weight yarn to go away. This guy, I'm a little bit hesitant to use it on anything not worsted weight, so maybe I won't do that. But I also won't be taking a lighter to it either, which is another thing you can do with worsted weight yarn. All right, there we go. Most of the cat hair's off of him. Probably go over it again later. This is why if you come to one of my booths at a market around here, you will see a sign that says, look, we clean these off, but we have 3 cats and things happen. Because you can only do so much. Alright, let's set you... Hi, Pepper. Are you moody again? Yep, you're moody again. Alright, we'll set him over there. Okay. Cheers. My coffee's got a little bit cold, but that's okay. For I have, off camera, a carafe. Someday I'll have a bigger desk and I'll be unstoppable. I'm already dreaming about, like, my perfect streaming room. Like, it'll have a mini fridge just for the sake of having a mini fridge. Alright, so we have finished Rainbow Mothman. I need to change my stream info real quick. I'm gonna put up the starting Stoon screen so I'm not suddenly like leaning forward into the camera and giving you a full frontal or anything, so hold on. Okay. There we go, updated the stream info. There, thank you all very much for that. I need to, my resident artist is making me making me some art and stuff for the channel, so one of the things she's going to make me is a Be Right Back screen. It's my wife, she's my in-house artist. Alright, so... There. There's the second pattern is the Carethulhu that we're doing by Stitch Horrors. It's a really cute pattern. The one I bought specifically is the bundle that comes with the full size and the mini. Alright. You can go away now. Thank you. Ugh. Having to move stuff out of the way so I can actually read my pattern here. I've made this a few times, but it's such a complex pattern that I would not feel safe trying to do it from memory, so always have your patterns up if you don't feel like you could do it without them. Okay. Bless you. I'm scrolling through because I've made the bigger pattern with some thicker yarn. It was some of this yarn. And that one got named the Absolute Unit because of how big it was, and it killed my hands, so I'm not going to make another one. We aren't using that thick of yarn. We are using this Big Twist Posh. Let me get in there so you can actually see the colors there. There we go. And this is called Lavender Aura Variegated Yarn. So this will probably take this entire skein to make the smaller Carethulhu that I'm planning. So that's okay because Posh is leaving us and I won't be able to get more. And we're about to have yarn barf. What'd I tell you? My goodness. Yarn, no, come back. How dare. There we go. Alright. Gonna get this wound up. This is how I wind yarn up if I'm just trying to get it out of a cluster. I don't know why I started doing it, just something it works. Kind of reminds me of like a yarn swift almost at times, but I can't do it too much because my wrist is starting to hurt. But just get enough going so that I can get to the end and not have a complete mess on my hands. All right. So we're gonna make a standing one. I just think the standing one looks cuter than the one that sits down. Also, the one that sits down is kind of a pain. I gotta get to the correct pattern. All right, mini Carethulhu, here we are. Okay. There's like a toolbar right in the middle of my pattern. Thanks a lot, Adobe. I mean, I can move it. I don't want to see your summary. I don't want anything to do with AI. Leave me alone. I gotta find a better way to read patterns. All right, where did I put it? Here we go. So this yarn suggests that you use a L hook, which is an 11, 8mm. We're gonna be using this one, which is it doesn't have a letter, but it is a 7mm. It's a millimeter smaller, but it works for me, so I'm gonna go with that. I know some people who can crochet with this, like this thickness yarn with hooks smaller than this. I praise you, but that kills my wrists. So, also I have pretty tight tension most of the time, so I don't think that matters too much. All right. Yarn, please. Why are you doing this to me? All right, so we have to make our legs first. It's kind of like what we did with the Mothman, where we made the legs first and then joined them together. It's very similar. This one, though, instead of just connecting them together and calling it a day, we actually have to do a chain between the two legs, and then we'll crochet into that chain as we go. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we haven't even gotten started that much, and I'm already loving this. This is going to be really cute. This guy will probably go to the Big Gay Pride Market in June, so I'm trying to make a lot of Pride stuff. Oh, I also recently found out that I got into the Madison Mental Health Market at the end of May, so I'm going to be making a lot of mental health related things. So a lot of Bongo the Confidence Squids. Which, if you put Bang Path Breakthrough into the chat, you will be taken to a list of creators who are raising money for Breakthrough TD1. They used to be called the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, but now they're called Breakthrough TD1, and we are raising money for type 1 diabetes research. As some of you know, I am myself a diabetic. I'm type 2 diabetic. I'm really bad at it because, cookies are great. But that doesn't mean I can't try to help other people be better at their diabetes than I am. All right, I just kept crocheting and stopped talking, so I need to count this and make sure I have the right amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're good. All right. I feel like the hardest part of this whole thing is this smaller camera right here because I can never get myself centered properly with it. Also, I don't have a small desk, but my desk is also completely filled with my actual job stuff. So I've got a limited amount of space. So how's everybody doing? What's new? What's hip? What's happening? What are you doing back there? Are you chewing on that bag? Pepper, stop it. You heard me. I love my cat. I really do. There's no reason to think that I don't, but sometimes she drives me up the wall. Pepper, I swan to John. I have a crocheted bear in a paper bag back there. That bear is going to my dear friend HUD601 over in the UK because he and I did a race on his channel, well on my other Twitch channel too, for it was the Battle of the Birthdays because his birthday is October 16th and mine is October 17th. And we did a race in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 with Knuckles, all emeralds, and he won, which I knew he would. But to make things interesting, I said, if you win, I will crochet a bear for you to give away during your Pride Month streams for Bristol Pride. And I knew he was going to win, so I already had a bear, like, it was already made, and it hadn't sold at any of the markets, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just not going to take it to any more markets, I'm going to save it for HUDs. So it's in a bag, and Pepper is chewing on the bag. 1 second, Internet. Pepper! Stop it. Cats, y'all. Alright, I brought the bag over here, so hopefully she stops chewing on it. I said it was going to the UK. It's actually probably not going to go to the UK. I think HUDs is just going to tell me who wins it, and then I'll send it to them. But I'll show you real quick. This is actually the Carethulhu pattern. And let me hold it up to the other camera so you can get a better look at it. And then this sigil on here is one that I designed. It means I am loved and wanted. So I thought that was a good thing to have for Pride. But so he is going to be staying in his paper bag until he goes to wherever his new owner is. I should probably take the price tag off him at some point, but I'm looking at him now and I'm thinking he didn't, like, part of me is like, oh, he probably didn't sell because he's so expensive, and then the other part of me is like, you didn't charge enough. You worked hard on him. Y'all, trying to price things is hard. Because, like, I want people to buy stuff. I love the look on people's faces when they find one of my plushies and they're like, oh my god, I love him, and then they buy him and take him home. But at the same time, crafting is expensive. So, honestly, I think I make enough money, almost enough money to cover my craft habit. But that's okay. I did not go into this business thinking that I would make a ton of money and be able to quit my day job. That's why I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitch because my wife doesn't come home until like 5 o'clock, and I get done with work at 2, and I need something to do. I'm becoming a crazed shut-in. I don't leave the house that often, so now I'm getting some human interaction by talking to you all. Alright, so now we got to shape the foot. There's going to be cat hair all over this guy too, because once again, I have a cat. Alright, 5 single crochet. 3, 4, 5. I would like to point out that I am using the mini pattern, and this is how big the foot is. Can you imagine if I would have done the bigger pattern? Alright, 5 decreases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 more single crochet. Oh, this is Hydro City. I love Hydro City. Most of the music on this playlist is Sonic the Hedgehog lo-fi music from Game Chops. Well, all of the music on this playlist is from Game Chops because they specifically make music for people to stream, to use on their streams. So I won't get DMCA'd for this. Thank you so much, Game Chops. But also there is a little bit of Stardew Valley thrown in and some Animal Crossing. Alright, so gotta do this again. 2 single crochet. Put my stitch marker back. 5 decreases. Randomly, this is reminding me that I haven't finished Sonic Superstars yet. I got it for myself for my birthday last year, and played a good chunk of it, but then I fell off and then didn't get back to it. Is that 5 single crochets? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it was. Okay, we're good. Oh, I wish you guys could feel this yarn. I'll tell you what, if you go to Joann's anytime soon, or if you just if you are a crocheter or knitter yourself and just happen to have some of this in your stash, just go get a squeeze right now because the posh is so fluffy. It's a little bit thicker than like Bernat blanket, and it's got such a great texture to it. I love it so much. All right, so front loop only, single crochet around. So this guy will likely be going to the Big Gay Pride Market as well, which is one of the reasons I chose this yarn because it kind of looks like an ace flag. Which I think I realized something yesterday. The Big Gay Pride Market is the weekend of June 13th, so it's the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. June 13th is a Friday. So I'm now planning on making a bunch of Jason Voorhees stuff because why not? I have a pattern for a little Jason Voorhees plushie, so I have multiple projects going at once. It's usually at least two. So I have one in here, which is my bedroom and my bedroom slash home office slash small business warehouse. So one in here to work on while I'm at work if there's something slow, or just to make it easy to, get going on stream. And then I usually have one out in our living room and at my chair so I can work on stuff while I'm out there and not have to be at my desk all the time. So right now, currently, pattern or projects that I know of that I have going are, of course, this Carethulhu, the little Cthulhu rainbow guy I showed you a little bit ago, and Jason Voorhees. I'm making him in traditional colors right now. I might make some where his shirt is like pride yarn. Or pride stripes. I'm not sure yet. But my plan is to just have the Jason Voorhees stuff available only on Friday the 13th. All right. So we are done with the first leg. Wants us to leave a tail for sewing up. Hopefully I won't need to because I hate having to sew up the space, but there's our first leg, or first foot. Isn't it cute? My goodness. Where is my bag? This is my bag of stuffing. Kit made it for me. It's got nutcracker fabric because I love nutcrackers. That's something I should put on my throne wish list, except I'm scared to because I don't know what kind of nutcrackers people would send me. All right. Yeah, that's a good squish to it. So our first foot is done. So now we get to do that again, but then after we finish those after we finish where we got to on this foot, we keep going and we have to join the feet together. This guy is probably going to take a few streams. Although now I know that it takes me about 4.5 hours. What time is it? Oh, maybe well, I've been messing around a little bit. So let's just say it takes me 4.5 hours to make a Mothman. I've been thinking about, there's a lot of, I'll go to craft fairs and, like, check out what my other crocheters are doing because I'm just genuinely interested in what people make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a lot of them will have on their tags how long it took them to make something. And I'm seriously considering having my beloved redesign my price tags so that on the back it says something about, this took me X amount of episodes of this show. So that Mothman would have taken 5 episodes of Forensic Files. I was joking about it in a Discord server that I'm in, and a lot of people found that funny. Also, it's a lot easier for me to keep track of how many episodes of something I've watched rather than how many hours something took me. I feel like that doesn't make sense, but yet it makes perfect sense. Like, I'm not gonna sit down with a timer and try to time myself making something, but in this instance, I know that I've streamed about 2 hours for the last few streams where I worked on the Rainbow Mothman. So I know that it took me about 5 episodes of Forensic Files, or it took me 2.5 hours. All right, did I get enough stitches in here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I did. Okay. Okay, partially because I want to see if the bang path. Where is my mouse? There we go. Partially because I want to see if the bang path worked. Good news, everybody. I did set it to not ads and just not ad. So yes, the patterns in coffee blends that I share during my streams are just telling you what pattern I'm doing and what coffee I'm drinking. I am not making any money from any of this. Although I'm pleasantly surprised that I've already hit one of the 4 criteria to become an affiliate with Twitch. I'm very happy about that, which is to just have like 3 people chatting at once. That was nice. No, wait, I take that back. It was like an average of 3 viewers over during a stream, and I guess I hit that. So good job, me. The one that I think is going to be the hardest is the follower achievement. I have to get 50 followers, and then the other 2 are just you have to stream on, I think, 4 days out of 7, and then for 8 hours, which we're almost to that right now. The waifu has to work late tonight, so I might stay past my usual like 2 hours and just see how we do. I've mentioned this before, but for like social interactions, 2 hours is usually my limit. I feel bad about it, but then I have found people who are like very, very happy when I'm just like, look, I'm out of social battery, I need to leave. And that just makes me feel better. I'm not making excuses, I'm just telling you, my battery has run dry. I cannot do any more right now. Alright, getting the other foot going. The yarn is everywhere. I didn't want to do an increase there. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 decreases. 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of my other purple yarn is getting tangled up and everything. Hi, Pep. Look, if you wanted to come up and sit, we could make this work. But you want to be in the middle of everything. And that's the problem. I'm trying to entertain the internet. 2, 3, 4, 5. The further I get on this, the more I am glad that I did not try to make one of the bigger ones again. I usually use the regular size pattern, so aka the bigger ones, when I used like a worsted weight yarn. So I have a bunch of big twist living in the pride colors, so I will probably at some point make a couple Carethulhus in those with those yarns. Oh, come on. 3. Hi, Pepper. Okay, Internet. I'm going to try and move things real quick to make the kitty cat happy. So I'm going to move my plushie sticks into my little Kuromi the cat organizational bin there. I'm going to take my iPad and attempt to set it on the floor without startling the cat. Nope, I startled her. She left. All right. Pepper, come back. Come here, Pep. Come here, baby. Pepper, come here, baby. Come on. Yeah, come here. We can go, baby girl. Your back is all wet again. Were you in the sink? Nope, 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 nope. Here. I know, everything is awful. I am the meanest mommy ever. How dare I pick you up and cuddle you? Alright, we are going to attempt to make this little area right here as pepper friendly as possible. We're going to move the extra crochet hooks. We're going to get the stuffing out of the way. I can't move my mouse because occasionally I need to use that. The scissors can go over here. Hi, Bandit. There, you want to just sit right there? Yeah, you want to just sit right there? That's good, right? Here's the thing. Hi. Hello, sweet. Oh, you're going to leave me? Okay, bye. Pepper, why? Bandit, you want to get in on this? Come on. You are easier to one hand because you are a small boy. Hello.
Hello, Internet. Yo soy bendito. Muy necesito.
You want to sit there? You want to sit there and not cause problems?
Hello, Internet. I am here to cause problems on purpose.
Please don't turn the computer off. Thank you. I love you.
Okay, I love you too. Bye-bye.
We've had problems with him when we have another Twitch channel, Kit and I. It is it's a video game streaming channel, Skulls and Cupcakes, and we have had problems with the boy jumping up on the streaming laptop and turning it off while we were in the middle of the stream. That was fun. I don't think you could see it behind me, but like over here, yeah, you can't really see it. There is a cat bed that is attached to a cube shelf. That bed used to be over here, but nobody was using it. But the moment I put it in the window, they started using it, so you try to accommodate your cats and they just they don't try to love the accommodations. So hi, B. If everybody wants to, tell me all the nicknames for your cats. For Bandit alone, we have B, Boy, Boyo, Beastie, Beastie Boy, Knucklehead. Ziggy is Ziggers, Ziggity Zig Zig Ziggerton. Princely Prince of Meowtown. Oh, Bandit is also Bandito Perrito Muy Necesito. Pepper is Pepita Bonita. Ziggy is just Zigito. You have to say it in that kind of voice, like you're on a telenova. Alright, so we've got our second leg to the same point as the first leg. Stuff that stuffing in there. I must squeeze both feet at the same time to make sure they're about the same squishiness. Is anybody else gonna think about that? Probably not. Do I care? Also no. Hey Perry. This is for those who weren't here last time, this is a Perry that I made. I love this pattern. I need to make more of him, but he had a hat, but I lost it. I literally do not know where his hat went. We have looked everywhere, so I can't sell him without a hat, and now he just has become a pincushion of sorts, and when I make my own plushie sticks, after I glue the beads in place, they get stuck into Perry, and Perry just holds on to them. But the reason I was moving Perry is because I have this teeny tiny recycling bin that I'm going to throw my scraps into, because I'm trying to, like, save my scraps to... There are people who, like, use their scraps as, like, stuffing in their plushie, so I'm trying to do that. Chiquito, Stubbin, Nugget, Nudge, Chicken Nuggy, May May, Pretty Girl, Chocolate Cake. Explain the chocolate cake. Frau Meow. Please explain chocolate cake for the cat. Does the cat like chocolate cake? I mean, I would assume not, because chocolate cake is bad for kitties, as far as I know. All right, now we got to get, there we go. My mouse is like, it's a wireless mouse. It has color around it. It falls asleep every now and then, so I got to remember to actually click on it to wake it up and not freak out when I move it and nothing happens. She looks just like a chocolate cake when she's curled up because she's a big fluffy lady. Aw, is she a Maine Coon or just fluffy? I love Maine Coons. They are the prettiest cats I've ever seen. I do not want one. All right. So now we're going to get complicated because we have to put the feet together. Chantilly Tiffany. I have no idea what that is. I will be looking that up after stream. All right, so I got a 2 single crochet. And then they want me to put the stitch marker in that last single crochet. Now I gotta... Alright. I'm not going to be able to see OBS for a bit because I need to maximize my pattern so I can actually read it. Okay. Chain 2, single crochet to join to the other leg. So chain 2. Now here's the fun part, because... Alright. We're actually going to move my pattern over to this other screen. I was trying to have it on this screen here so I'm not always looking over to check on it, but this is a bigger screen and I need to be able to see. Alright. And I also want to be able to see, like, my cameras, so I know if I'm putting something in front of the camera properly. I will say the worst part about this pattern when making the standing feet like this. Hi, Beast. You get in the window? Good job, boy. Alright, so if you don't do it right, the feet will be kind of crooked. I have yet to do it right. They're always kind of crooked, but you know what? As I said earlier, why bother for perfection? You're never going to reach it. Everybody has a different form of perfection, so just do what you want. Alright, so the legs are together, in a sense. Alright, 9 more single crochet, so 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I need 10 single crochet on this foot. That's easier to remember than just 9 because I'll count wrong. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. And as you see, we still have this tail here because there might still be a gap in between. What have I done? This is not going to work. The feet are backwards. All right, we need to... What the... Are they backwards? They are definitely off kilter. All right, you know what? We're doing this for the internet, so we might as well try and figure out if we can get these feet, together properly. All right, so I'm gonna pull out my chain. Okay, I already lost one of my chains in my chain 2, so just pull that out and then do 1, 2. All right, so you can't see what I'm doing right now, but I have the feet on the table in front of me, and I'm trying to figure out the best place to hook them together. Oh, plushy stick. Okay. I don't know if this plushy stick is actually going to help me with this, but we're going to try it anyway. All right. work in the back loops of that chain I just made and do 2 single crochets there. Come on, work with me here. Come on, go in. Chunky yarn is fun at times because you have these moments when your hook just does not want to go into the stitch. All right, I don't think I'm going to be able to do much more with the plushy stick in place, so we're going to take the plushy stick out and hope for the best. I think it's already looking better than it was, so... Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better already, so let me see here. Come on, get in there. Now, I feel like something is slightly off with these feet, so I'm going to take a moment to make sure I have 24 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. How am I short 2 stitches? Well, 20. Okay. We're gonna count again. See if I screwed up somehow. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. You know what we do in situations like this when you're a stitch short? That's right, you add another one. I am not going to take this apart and try and figure out where things went wrong. I am going to add a 24th stitch and call it a day. Worst case scenario, he's got a little bit more in the back than he needs to. Okay, so you see right here, I do have a little bit of a gap right there. So as soon as I figure out, there it is. So I do have my tail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide my tail through some of these stitches so it's not super obvious that I'm doing this. There we go. Can't really see it. And then I'm going to work from the inside to just stitch this little gap together so I don't have stuffing problems later. It took me a moment to figure it out, but I'm 90% sure this is Angel Island from Sonic 3. Alright, yeah, that looks much better. There isn't a gap there anymore, so now what I'm going to do is just secure this. And then, rather than cutting this down and trying to, like, weave it in, I'm just going to shove it into one of the legs, and then when the rest of the legs and everything are together, it'll be fine. Alright, so, back to what we were doing, which is round 8. 5 single crochet. Two, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet increase times 6, so One. Two. Three. Okay, just found another little gap here, so it's good that we didn't cut off the, yeah, you can see my finger through it. It's good that we didn't cut off that yarn because I can just pull this out, go over to the other side, and stitch that up in a moment. Which I've lost track of where I was, so 1, 2, 3, okay. 4, 5, 6, and then if I did this right, should be 7 stitches to the end. 2, 3, 4. My yarn is rebelling against me today. 5, 6, and 7. All right. I need to get this like a giant yarn bowl that would actually fit this thing. Or I need to stop doing middle pulls and get one of those, they have them at Michael's. It's like this stand that has like the little, basically branches that you stick the skein onto and then the skein rolls while you're working for it. I got one for Mod Kayla for Christmas a few years ago. She loves it. Alright. Now, where was that hole? I found it. Alright. See, this is another reason why we didn't cut the tail off, because there's always a chance you'll need it and you won't realize it until after you've cut the tail off and everything goes to heck. I am trying my best not to swear as much as I usually do, because my cousin's little one, Fia, is probably going to watch these at some point. My cousin highly insinuated that might happen. So, Fia, if you're watching this, hi! I'm the one who made you your pumpkin bear and gave you that one Batman. And we'll give you more Batmans. Until your mother and father tell me to stop. Hasn't happened yet. Okay. Alright. There's one more, like, tiny gap right here, and I'm just going to stitch that together while I'm at it. Would anyone notice it? Probably not. Is it going to bug me? Yes. Alright. There we go. Alright. Feet look like they're in the right position. Coffee break. Hydrate if you haven't. In addition to coffee, I have my giant cup of water over here. Because, you know, if you're going to be talking on the internet, you should hydrate. Alright. Okay, this next part's going to be easy because it's just single crocheting around for 3 rounds. Do I have one around here? I thought I did. Sorry, internet, gonna lean in a little bit because my stitch markers are behind everything. And when working in the round, it's sometimes really hard for me to tell where my stitches start and end, or where the rounds start and end. So If I know I have to go around a few times, I will just stick another stitch marker into the first stitch of the first single crochet around round, and then work up from there. Okay. I know today's Wednesday, but for some reason in my brain was telling me today's Tuesday, and I should tell everybody to go to Facebook and check out Taco Cat's Taco Chat. But Taco Cat does those on Tuesdays, and today is definitely Wednesday. Taco Cat is a friend who is also a vendor. She and her husband make adorable cat toys and such, and tote bags and tons of other things. She also crochets a lot of chickens. I don't remember the name of the charity that she crochets them for, but they are adorable little chickens. The last market she and I were at together, I traded her a Kirby for some cat toys, and then Bandit got them for his birthday. And he loved them. All right, once again, really glad that I didn't decide to go with the giant pattern or the bigger pattern, because this guy would be huge. He's already going to be pretty good size. And will probably take up most of, if not all of, this skein of yarn. Yarn, please, just work with me. So on May 16th, all of the makers and crafters that are participating in the Breakthrough TD1 Creators for a Cure streams are going to be doing streams where, they create for a cure. Try and bring my hands down so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna be streaming that day. It's Friday, I believe. I have to double check a calendar. 90% sure it's a Friday. And what I'll be doing is making a bunch of Bongo the Confidence Squid plushies. For those who don't know, Bongo, I'm going to have to make a bang path for this so I don't have to keep telling the story over and over again. Bongo the Confidence Squid is something that my beloved started doing. There was a day where I was just like really being down on myself and just like, oh, I can't do anything right, that sort of thing. And she sent me the squid emoji and said, Bongo the Confident Squid believes in you. And that just became a thing for the two of us. And then I found a really cute squid pattern that I like. And I've started just using that for making little Bongo the Confident Squid plushies. So I'm planning on, if you donate $50 to my campaign specifically, you will get a Bongo the Confident Squid keychain. Of course, you have to give me your address so I can send it to you. Unless I know where you live, which on the internet, that's not likely. Thank you, Fromeo. So on that day, I'm just going to be crocheting a bunch of keychains for that, and they'll go randomly to anybody who donates $50 towards that. And then if they don't, I have the mental health market at the end of the month, and Bongo will just go there. All right, is this the third? Yep, okay, I'm on the final round of just going in a circle for this one. I am really happy with how this yarn is turning out. I am definitely going to have to figure out a better way of doing the hand cam, because I know I keep bringing stuff up here, and the whole point is for you guys to be able to see see the stuff that I'm making. Just, it's more comfortable up here for me, but that's probably why my back is hurting right now, so. My posture is not great, y'all. He's missing the black for the full ace vibes, but that's okay, because I was thinking, instead of doing like the white tummy patch that most Care Bears have, I'll do a black one and then use white to like draw a symbol on. Not sure what the symbol's going to be yet. I'll have to think on that. I think the Carethulhu pattern just has like an upside down pentagram, which that's cool. I like trying to be a little different though. All right. So this is going to be 3 single crochets and then a decrease. Adobe, I do not want a summary of anything. Stop trying to get me to do a summary. I will find a way to turn off the AI assistant because I'm never going to use it. This is going very well. It's turning out super cute. Once again, exclamation point pattern in the chat will bring up a link to purchase this pattern for yourself. Alright, something has gone wrong here. 2, 3, decrease. 1, 2, 3, decrease. Yep, found it. We're good. I did 2 stitches in a decrease instead of 3 in a decrease, which that happens sometimes. I get to talking and I forget what I'm doing. How do I still have an extra stitch here? Did I screw up again? 1, 2, 3, decrease. 2, 3, decrease. 1, 2, 3, decrease. 1, 2, decrease. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. I have an extra stitch still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, what we're going to do here is, because I'm not going back and trying to figure out where this went wrong, instead of doing a triple decrease, so a decrease over 3 stitches, I'm going to do 2 decreases. And if I calculated right, that should be enough. I'm going to count one more time just to be safe. Okay, we have 24 stitches now. Should I probably have gone back and figured out where things went wrong? Yeah. Am I going to? Absolutely not. It's like, you can't tell. You cannot tell that something went wrong and I had to do 2 decreases instead of 1 to fix it. If you aren't watching this video, you're never gonna know. Also, I'm about 90% sure that that's where the tail's gonna go, so it's gonna be covered up by the tail. Alright. So now we've got just 2 rounds of... Oh, forgot to take the stitch marker out here. Got 2 rounds of just going around, but usually 2 rounds is enough where I don't need to put in a reminder for how many rounds I'm doing, so 3 rounds or more, it gets complicated. I gotta make dinner tonight. Well, I don't have to make dinner. I told my wife I would make dinner. She usually makes dinner. I got these apple bacon maple bratwursts a while ago from Hy-Vee. Hashtag not an ad. And they've just been in the freezer for a while, and I keep thinking they would work well for like a breakfasty meal, so I'm gonna make those up and I'm gonna make some pancakes. Maybe do some eggs with them, but mostly just pancakes. Bandit is asleep on the bed in the window. Pepper is staring at me forlornly like I've done her some sort of great grievance. Pepper, I tried to make you a place to sit up here on the desk and you would not take it, so I don't know what you want from me. Come on. Now this pattern, they have you make the arms separate and then sew them on, unlike the Mothman pattern where you make the arms first and then crochet them into place. I do try to crochet them into place, but I forgot to make them before I started, so we're just going to have to sew them into place later, but don't worry, we have plushy sticks. You're chewing on a cardboard box now, aren't you? I just gotta blink for that, so yes, she is. Don't chew on the tape that's on the box. The box is fine, the tape is not. Alright. He is looking cute. These feet actually look like they are in the right place for once. Good job, me. Alright, start stuffing and continue to stuff as you go. So we're gonna stuff some stuffing in here. Pepper, can you not? Oh. Just realized I do have more stuffing in a tote underneath my bed. Most of my storage is under my bed. And I'm realizing that I think I'm running low on stuffing. I don't remember the last time I bought stuffing, but it was like a 5 or 10 pound box of it. I think 5. Yeah, the one before that was a 10-pound box because for some reason, one of the Walmarts I went to had a 10-pound box of fiber fill for 20 bucks. I don't know why. Those are usually much more than that. And that lasted me like a year. But I will say at the time I was making much smaller plushies, so that's probably why it lasted me a year. Okay, got some good squishiness here. Alright, 2 single crochets and then a decrease around. what I'm going to do if I run out of yarn while I'm working on this, because even before Joann's was starting to go out of business, I have never seen this yarn again. So that'll be interesting. I'm hoping I have a little bit left over, because this stuff actually makes, if I use the keychain size pattern, it makes really cute small Bongo the Confident Squids, which I know I showed them off last stream, but here we go. Here is a Bongo the Confident Squid made with some chunky yarn. And then I didn't have eyeballs on me at the time, and then I thought to myself, wait, I've got some Kirby eyes at home. Wouldn't he look cute with Kirby eyes and a Kirby mouth? And I was right. And then if you're more interested in the keychain size, this is the keychain size. They can be a little bit bigger than that. This is using the Big Twist Living yarn, which is a little bit smaller than a lot of worsted weight yarn. And then this is like just a regular worsted weight. So all the ones I bake for the charity thing are going to be about this size. I've got a giant one around here somewhere, but I'm going to be honest, I don't know where I put it. I'm like 90% sure that they're doing a raffle at the mental health fair, at the mental health market. And if I am correct about that 90%, I 100% said that I would donate something. So the giant bongo that I have right now, I'm probably going to donate to the charity for that. I might donate the Rainbow Mothman we just finished to the raffle for the Big Gay Market, Big Gay Pride Market in June. For their Big Gay holiday market last year, I donated a Carethulhu and then didn't have any at my booth to sell, and that was a mistake. I had somebody come looking for me, like, do you have another one? I'm like, I don't right now, but I told them, I'm like, take one of my cards, send me an email, and I'll make you one. I have told 2 people this. One was for the Carethulhu, and then the other was for a Sonic plushie that I had made. Both of them took the card, neither of them got back to me. Where am I? Okay, I did too many decreases in a row. I'm trying to remember to hold my yarn more like this instead of like I'm smoking a cigarette, because if I do it this way, it like ends up hurting my wrist after a while. It's just hard to remember to do that because I'm so used to doing it the other way that, it takes a little while to train your brain. You can teach an old dog new tricks. The Mythbusters have proved this. If you don't believe me, it's on Discovery Plus. Hashtag not an ad. Oh man, I love Discovery Plus. There's so much good stuff on there. Did I do it again? I did do it again. I put two decreases right next to each other. Oh wait, I need to do 2 regular crochets and then a decrease. Come on, Paxi, get your head in the game. There we go. Oh, look at that. That is looking good. I'm very happy with this. Okay, where am I? Okay, I gotta do 3 rounds of just single crocheting around. Definitely gonna make some more Carethulhus for upcoming markets. I have a tote of stuff somewhere in this chaos that is my bedroom slash home office slash small business warehouse that's got to go up on my Etsy store or onto my website, which my website is just cryptidscutieschaos.com. There is a store on there. There's nothing in it right now because I am terrible at marketing. I'm trying to move towards, instead of using Etsy, just having more stuff on my own website. Like, I'm paying the premium so that they'll calculate tax for me. I think I'm just more worried about shipping fees because, like, I worry about charging a flat rate. Like, Bandit, stop scratching on the wall.
Hey, stop it.
I know, it's after 2 o'clock, I'm usually out in the living room, and you're snoozing on my legs, but I'm talking to the internet right now. Anyway, I'm worried about, like, charging people a flat rate, like $5 for shipping and handling. That's just a ballpark. And then people getting mad when they look at the shipping receipt and seeing that, oh, shipping this only costs $2. Where's that other $3 going? I mean, in my head, that other $3 is going to packaging and technically gas to go take stuff to the post office. But I just worry about other people getting mad that I doing stuff like that. That's why for the longest time on Etsy, I just included shipping into the price of the thing, and I probably lost a lot of money on that, but it was easier. There's a new shipping company in Madison that I've already forgotten the name of, but I've driven past they're on Park Street, and I've driven past them a couple times, and I keep forgetting the name, but I do kind of want to look into them if I do get my own store up and running. I'm so proud of my kid sibling. They have an Etsy store, Tip Tap Shop on Etsy. They do a lot of like fandom sort of art. They have badge reels that have characters from Good Omens on them. That jumps to mind because I have a couple on my desk that they gave me. They've done plushies of all the characters or all the main characters from Cult of the Lamb. So, the four bishops, Narinder. Not the lamb yet. I have to talk to him about that. Bandit, I know you want me to be done. Give me, like, 10 minutes. Can you give me 10 minutes? You're ignoring me now, aren't you? Cats, man. But they, like, figured out how to do... They are going to be 18 this year, and they have figured out how to do that all by themselves. Just figured out how to run the shop, how to get all the... It's a lot of, like, fabricated stuff, like I said, the badge reels, but they've also done, like, keychains and stuff, so they order it from the manufacturer and all that jazz, and I'm just like, how? Alrighty. Bandit has run off. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. Well, there we go. There we go. Alright, so... Yeah, we're at the part where, we'll do another row of decreases, and then we'll start shaping up the head, and I think that is honestly a good place to stop for right now. Also, my back is starting to hurt me, so that's something I gotta figure out for, future streams, is, like, how to not be slunched over and killing my back. So, thank you all for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. Once again, the patterns we used today were the Mothman by Moms Stitchetti and the Carethulhu by Eld Stitch Horror. Bangpath pattern in the chat will bring those patterns up. Coffee is unpronounceable because it's Norwegian, and I would not be able to pronounce it if I tried, so I'm not even going to try. And music is on Spotify by Chillhop. Thank you to Chillhop and to everybody for having such great music available for things like these. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna go chill out for a bit before I have to make dinner. I don't have to make dinner. My wife would make dinner if I told her to, or if I asked her to. But I'm gonna shut up now and go rest. Have a good night, everybody.